I'm making pork meatballs that have bright Mediterranean flavors, and we're gonna serve it with a homemade tomato sauce that's a snap to make, especially when tomatoes aren't in season. So in the bowl, I have a little bit of ground pork, and to that, I'm gonna add 1 whole egg, some fresh breadcrumbs because that helps bind it all together and absorb some of the moisture. Fresh herbs, I've got parsley, some thyme, some rosemary in there. I'm gonna do a little bit of lemon zest because that's gonna add a little bit of zip. And then finally, just a little bit of salt and pepper. And now the fun part, the mixing together of all the ingredients. Now you can use a spoon, but I like to use my hands because I think it's more fun. There we go, that's come together nicely. So now all I'm gonna do is pinch off about walnut-sized rounds, about that much, and just lightly roll it together between your hands. And you're gonna make about 20 of these meatballs. Now that I've made the Mediterranean meatballs, it's time to start with the sauce. I've preheated my saucepan for medium-low heat. Just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan. And then in go your onions and your garlic. And just saute them until they're translucent, just a couple minutes. And we'll add just a hint of salt to that. I'm gonna add my canned tomatoes with their juices. And now all we have to do is cover and let this simmer for a couple minutes while we work on the meatballs. We're gonna give our meatballs a little bit of color, so I'm gonna preheat a stainless steel skillet over medium-high heat. And once that's hot, add just a little bit of olive oil to evenly coat the bottom of the pan. And then in go our meatballs. And you don't want to crowd the pan too much, otherwise they won't sear, they'll end up steaming. And all I'm going to do is just let them sear on one side till they're nicely brown, sear on the second side, and continue cooking them in the tomato sauce. The meatballs are perfectly cooked through, and when they cook in the sauce, they actually flavor the sauce as well. So I'm gonna dish about 4 or 5 of these up in the bowl, along with some of that great tomato sauce. Smells like the south of France in here. And since it's lunchtime on the set, I'm gonna serve mine with a nice green salad, but you can serve it over rice or maybe a little bit of cooked quinoa. But my favorite way to serve them is on a hoagie roll the next day for the perfect meatball sub.